Here is the full layer breakdown behind this Lewis Hamilton sports graphic in Photoshop. Before that, this is Yashas from Yashas Creates, where I design sports graphics and manipulations inside Photoshop. In this video, I will walk through the layers, lighting and color grading techniques that I use in my design. So without any further ado, let's get started. Don't forget to check the PSD in the description. So as usual, I have grouped all the layers for easy access. I just started with the background with an image of Royal Palace and some minor adjustment like Gaussian blur and radial blur for it to add depth in it. This can be your personal choices, but I prefer some blurs to feel that smooth effect in the background. The next step was to find a chair that really suits the background. So I just found this image from Unsplash. For those who don't know, Unsplash is a free, non-copyright image source where you can get high clarity images, basically stock images. I got this chair image from there and I just turned them into black and white because our Lewis Hamilton will be in the red jersey, so it could just match with the contrast. Later on, I just added some shadows from which we will get the shadows emitted by our main subject. You can use whichever technique you need to add shadows, but I just preferred a normal layer blending mode with just painting on black. As this completes our background and the royal seat, it's time for the main subject, Lewis Hamilton. So I found this was the most trickiest part because I need to find every single piece and attach them together to make my subject pose however I need it. So as you can see right here, there are multiple layers going on with every single part is easily cut it down and just arrange them together so it looks like a single pose. My go-to places to find images are, of course, firstly preferred Getty Images, or you can search it on yandex.com. You can just directly get the images right there, or even just random Google search, but make sure to turn the high clarity images settings on in the Google search engine. The most difficult part of images to find is below the torso, because above the torso you can easily get the images from here and there, but you should really try to find some good images, of course, to spend more time on it. It's not only about finding random images and attaching them together, but should also need to match the values, color grading, and brightness, contrast of every single image. As you can see right here, I've used multiple layers such as exposure, selective colors to really make them that the image is taken at a single time. I'm opening something new on this channel. If you are a sports designer and want me to redesign your graphic in my style, you can send your PSD file. I will be selecting a few designs and redesigning it for absolutely free. You can check my email ID in the description so you can send your graphics to me. My next step was to match the colors for my subject according to the background. So I prefer curves here and you can just hop on red, green and blue and particularly tweak them together to get your image match to the background. I use graphic tablet for this for precise adjustments and actual painting. You can see for the shadows and highlights, I just use brush filled with a color layer and paint them on it. Also, I added some roses in the foreground to build up overall environment, and I just tweaked with the curves and brushed them with the paint for darker shadows and just added some blur to feel the effect in the graphic. For the light source, I choose blending mode linear dots add and just painted with soft glow of white or pinkish color in the background and right side of the subject. As you can see, I don't use some color fill or adjustment layers to paint highlights or shadows. I just use normal blending mode and just paint with my brush. After that, to finalize the colors and look, I just use multiple color lookups. You can see that If you want, you can copy my effects. But yeah, color lookups bring more light and crisp to the graphic. You can just do your color grading with only color lookups if you know blending modes and know to change the values. After that, camera raw filter to make major adjustments like texture, clarity, and some minor color gradings. I go through multiple times to adjust the color grading and camera raw filter basically. And my favorite 3-strip color lookup with the RGB split. This is nothing but an action I got from another designer. If you need, just DM. This is the great RGB split effect I got. It just merges your overall layer and gives this really RGB split effect going on your graphic. So after the final look, here's how the graphic looks. Hope you like it. Let me know it for sure. Also, if you know any sports pages whose graphics need to be improvement or to change the clarity of the graphics, let me know the pages below. I will be starting and redesigning the graphics playlist. And the PSD file for today's layer breakdown is linked in the description. Thank you.